The legal fight of a Christian charity who had their bank accounts shut down has come to an end. And they've won, that's right. Barclays has settled the case with the Core Issues Trust. Now, controversial this, it offers counselling to people struggling with unwanted same-sex attraction or gender dysphoria. So the charity launched legal action against Barclays after LGBT activists campaigned on social media for their bank to cut ties with the Christian ministries. Now, I don't really need to get into a massive debate and a big discussion about the old gay conversion therapy and all of this stuff. I can understand why that is pretty problematic. What bothers me is that activists can contact your bank and your bank can shut your bank account down. I think that's ridiculous. But the Chief Executive of Core Issues Trust, Mike Davidson, does actually join me now. Let's focus on that for now, then. So what actually properly happened then? And what kind of impact did it have on you? Just run me through it.
So in July 2020, we found that we were really at the brunt of LGBT pride in lockdown, who couldn't meet on the streets and who seemed to feel that the mission should be to bring an end to Core Issues Trust, to end our charity status. And ultimately, that led to Barclays coming under pressure and being told that they were supporting conversion therapy and therefore they should close the accounts of two organizations that I'm associated with.
So how did that work and what happened to the money that was in those accounts?
Well, the money was safe. They gave us 2 months to get new accounts, but that's not straightforward for a Christian charity these days, and we struggled to be able to do that. The point is that when that happens, there's a certain reputational damage that you suffer, and you don't necessarily have the opportunity to explain what is going on. We live at a time when this so-called conversion therapy issue has become a very emotive issue, and it's very difficult to get sound bites out that explain exactly what we are doing.
OK, right. Well, look, let's just do that now then, because, well, you tell me, really. I mean, the idea of, is it fair, first and foremost, to call it gay conversion therapy? Because, to be honest with you, that doesn't sound great.
Well, gay conversion therapy is a political term that has been invented in 2017. And it's a term that is used really for anybody who disagrees with the idea that you were born gay. What I work with is individuals who've tried gay. They've gone in that direction. And like me, they got to a point in their lives where it wasn't for them and they wanted a new opportunity, a new direction to go in. And Core Issues Trust supports them by exploring what it is that has happened to them and what they want in their lives. That's all we do. We stand with them, encourage them, and help them to achieve their goals.
What you're saying to me, then, is that it's people actively approaching you because they have come to their own conclusions or thoughts about their own sexuality. This is not you guys going up to gay people and saying you need to be converted into being straight.
It's absolutely that. And it's also individuals who have gone to professional mental health workers in the UK and have explained where they are in life, and they've been told, well, sorry, you know, you just have to accept your circumstances. This is who you are. We can't help you. Now, we're concerned that it's fast coming to the point where you're not allowed to change your mind. And what is
interesting, yeah, well, just say what is interesting for me is that I dare say that if a charity was set up that actively wanted to promote children changing gender, right, and they had some bank account there, I very much doubt, and not because it's Pride Month or Pride Year or Pride Decade or whatever the latest thing is, I very much doubt that the bank would have dared to have shut their bank account down because of the backlash that there would have been. I also would be very sceptical as to whether or not a bank would have shut down a bank account from, let's say, a charity that was a domination of another religion, for example, who probably have actually really quite similar views to you about homosexuality and everything to do with that. So do you think that it is a case of people with Christian ideas being targeted here, then?
Well, I think it is about opposition to the Christian foundations of sexuality, orthodox views about sexuality. But there's also something else operating here, Patrick. Think about it in this way. If it's true that the largest of the non-heterosexual groups is the mixed attraction group, people who can go in both directions, why is it that only one side can be affirmed? In other words, if they want to be gay, then the professional mental health workers will help them to be gay. But these people who have mixed attraction, if they want to go in the other direction, well, they're told that's conversion therapy.
I do see what you're saying. I've got to be honest with you. Obviously, I have never, employed the services of anyone such as yourself. I suppose that the connotation that some people would like to make, and you're saying this is completely untrue, by the way, but the connotation that some people would like to make will be that there is an element of something being forced about it, and therefore that seems quite sinister. You are obviously saying that that's not the case. There we go. Look, fascinating conversation, fascinating. I hope to talk to you again at some point soon. It's Mike Davidson there, who is the Chief Executive of the Core Issues Trust.